Catching up with Audubon coach Sean Birks. Gosh, you had us, I don't know if you're trying to get us sipping the Kool-Aid or what, saying you're a big underdog coming in, but I guess you got your team to buy in and believe. What was the big difference in this one, especially as the second quarter got going?
I think it was all three assets, really. Our special teams play was really big. Isaac had a nice block punt that I thought was a big moment in the game. Edward had a touchdown catch that I thought was a big moment in the game. The way the defense settled in and started bringing a little more pressure to, they scored the first two drives and then didn't score the rest of the half. So I can't really point to one thing, which is nice. It was a team win. The guys up front blocked their tails off. There's a couple pancake blocks by Gavin and Cooper for sure, where they, kind of decleated some dudes. So to start seeing that physicality, defensively, I know Trey, watching Trey kind of limp around a little bit. I know he smacked him around a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. He's a great kid. Feel bad if he's hurt. But you just see when the other team's more the nail and we're more the hammer, it's a lot more fun than last week when we were the nail for 4 quarters. So we preached physicality. We needed to be the more physical team, and we really were Friday night, which was great.
I thought it really showed tonight. Obviously, Aaron Olson's going to carry a lot of the rushing attempts, but you guys, when people get their opportunities, they make the most of them. You got some depth and some weapons.
Yeah, this wasn't a week that Manny and Evan put a ton of numbers together. They're kind of usually our next two. At Boyer Valley, we just kind of rotated all three. We liked one formation against them, so we just kind of rotated Wildcat quarterbacks. Most of the nights, we're trying to throw it to Manny or Evan. We're trying to hand it to Manny or Evan, trying to use them in the jet sweep and the option game. But tonight, unfortunately, those two didn't get as much, but which was great to see some of the other guys too. Edward was 2 for 2, even 3 for 3. The one got wiped out on a penalty, making some big catches downfield. So, defensively, I thought Adam Obrick started to grow a little bit. Zeke started to grow a little bit at corner. Manny did a nice job pretty much shutting down their kid, the M. Garten kid when he was kind of shadowing him. So, Lane Barber settled into a role on the D-line. I think he made some nice tackles for loss. Just really a team effort tonight, which was what it was great to see. We don't have to ride one guy or two guys, or if a guy we had several guys come off the field with injuries and someone was ready to go in and step in.
Bouncing back, I don't want to dwell too much on Fremont Mills, but 44-0 loss for Audubon is just pretty much unheard of in the last almost 10 years. So I guess how did that sit with the guys, and did you expect this type of response?
We didn't even watch the Fremont film Monday. We sent everybody that wasn't Aaron, Evan, or a senior to our JV game at Fort Dodge St. Ed's, and just decided I think the best thing for them was to get back after it. And varsity-wise, the 8 of them, 10 of them, whatever it was, it was just me and them. And the 10 of us went and watched the Xira film, and we really broke down some of their tendencies, what they're going to do. Kind of want to just turn the page. It wasn't one of those of we're going to dwell on it. We're done with our non-district. It is what it is. We're 1-0. We need to do what we need to do to be 2-0. And so I thought that was good. And this week I started to hear a little more leadership. Gavin Larson starting to get a little more vocal. And he's really watching a lot of film, so he's starting to see things. And that's what you got to have out of that middle linebacker, especially a multi-year starter. So just impressed the way Gavin has started to step up as a leader. Cooper's playing through an injury, and you wouldn't know it if you watched him play. He's been tough as nails. He's kind of a lead by example. So for those two seniors to start, it was where it needs to be. And then some of those kids are starting to follow suit. We're starting to really understand the game. Started with guys that, we drew up some plays in the sand tonight. The reverse to Manny, hadn't run that once all year. Kind of talked to the guys, here's what it needs to look like. Aaron do this, Manny do this, everyone else block here. And, they're running downfield, chasing Manny on the touchdown. A couple pointing at me like, hey, you know what you're talking about. So I think through 4 weeks, I don't know how many people thought I knew what I was talking about. I think at times I didn't know if I knew what I was talking about. But the guys are staying the course. They're doing what they need to do, buying into what we're doing as a team. We kind of talked last week. There's going to be doubters. There's going to be less publicity. There's going to be people that want to give up on us, and we're 1-0. We control our destiny. It's about the 28 guys we have every single day buying into what we're took to go forward, and I thought we took a good step this week.
Kind of along those lines, something I talked with Gavin Larson about was maybe the last 2 to 3 years you've been fairly close to a finished product early in the year because you had similar guys. This year, do you feel like you're getting close to kind of settling in, figuring out what you really can be good at?
Yeah, I think we are. I think obviously it starts up front. Colton's starting to settle into that center job. We knew what we had with Gavin and Cooper, so that O-line's got to be a rock for us. Edwards settled in at tight end. He didn't start the year for us. Now he's got a couple games. So really our front four, is what we kind of look at it as. Those guys are starting to gel. They're playing a lot more snaps together. Aaron as a sophomore quarterback, came in a freshman really. All he's played was JV for the most part. Just the game was really fast for him, and now you're starting to see him. Edwards' first touchdown, that wasn't the primary read, but he trusted it. He didn't get happy feet, made the throw downfield. You're starting to see his vision. The first touchdown run, one of the first touchdown runs, Gavin Larson was pulling. Aaron, I thought, did a really good job setting up the block and putting his foot in the ground and exploding, where early in the year he kind of danced a little bit as he kind of waited to see it. The game's slowing down for him. The O-line's starting to block better. Our skill guys are starting to block better. We're really coming together as a team, and we talked about it. This was our biggest reload yet, and we knew it was going to be a tough non-district schedule. Put it on me. I signed up for that last year because we wanted those tests last year, and we knew the teams that signed up for it. Southeast Warren, for example, we knew they were signing up for this year's purpose, and we knew that as part of our discussion with Coach Rollins and stuff. And every year we want to play FM. There's no secret about it. We think we're good tests for each other most years, and I utmost respect for those programs. And we knew if we wanted to get where we needed to get to the end of the year, we needed to be pushed and tested early. And signed up for Winfield Mount Union. Coach McCarty's a guy I've known for a few years, good guy. They've run a nice program. We wanted a week 0 test because we wanted to get thrown to the Wolves early. So we're starting to see those benefits now that we're coming, we're gelling, hopefully at the right time. Hopefully we continue to grow because we've got the schedule doesn't get any easier. We go Cam, Coon, West Harrison, Woodbine to finish. We've got a grueling schedule, and it's week by week, and fortunately for us, we're 2-0 where it counts.
Gavin Larson, you look at the box score, I'm not sure that there's going to be anything that glowingly stands out, but gosh, his versatility, he can punt, he can play defense, he can knock down passes, he can stop the run, he threw the ball, he caught the ball, he recovered an onside kick. That's just kind of a veteran guy really standing out.
Yeah, Gavin's a kid that has started to step up as a leader. He started to settle into his own. We knew he'd be a rock at linebacker. He was kind of getting on himself early in the year because he missed a few tackles. And he was starting to watch and figure out what he needed to do differently. So he's a film rat. He's knows what he's really starting to step into his leadership role now vocally. Physically tonight, I thought he did a little bit of everything like you touched on. And I don't know that I've ever had a guard catch multiple passes or throw a pass. So we're starting to dig into our playbook. We're starting to get a little more creative with our 2-point calls. Every week we've kind of added a different formation. So, when we came out in that guard eligible, we hadn't put that on film all year. So for him to catch the first two, that was kind of our hope, to kind of catch him by surprise. Aaron made a nice read both times. The fake punt was something we saw on film last year, how they lined up. If they lined up in the same thing, we were going to make the read, and Gavin made the read. He was yelling at our sideline, hey, he saw it, he looked at us, we made the call, he executed just how we drew it up during the week. It's always good when you draw it up and it looks the same way when it's successful, and Armando did a nice job catching it. But Gavin recovered an onside. He was 1-for-1 passing, caught the 2 points. And obviously was a rocket guard and played a really good middle backer for us. We blitzed him a little bit more than usual tonight. He had to get after the quarterback a little bit more. He dropped in coverage when needed. He's just what we need this year, a senior veteran leader that's stepping up week by week.
And it's all downhill from. Oh wait, defending state champs next week. I guess you kind of owe them one, don't you?
It's their district, it's their state till someone takes it, and we've got the utmost respect for them and Coach Bauer. They've got a lot of athletes back. We watched the FM film, obviously. They're no shortage of athletes. They're always well coached. They're always going to be physical. Now they're a little more multiple than they were last year. Last year they ran about 3 formations and 4 concepts and just out-athleted you and out-physicaled you. Just from the little bit I've seen, they're a little more balanced. They're throwing it a little bit more. They've got a matchup nightmare with the Fulman kid at tight end. They've got some nice pieces back that I told people in the preseason, they brought back more than I think some people realized, especially in the trenches. They brought back some dudes up there. So we got our hands full. We know that, but we like our 28 guys, and we've said that all along. Regardless of the record, the district record is what matters, and I'm sure they're saying the same thing at their place. It's a big district matchup, just like tonight was. We control our destiny as of right now, and so do they. And after the game next Friday night, one of us won't be able to say that. So we've got to make sure we do what we've got to do to come out on top. We're going to have to be physical. We're going to have to fly around. It's going to be a 4-quarter battle. Hopefully we can hang in there and compete.
Thanks, Coach. Hawks covering tomorrow?
No way. I don't think we can get 10 safeties and a field goal to get 23.
All right. Thanks for your time.
You bet.